Hi there, my name is Don. I've been an Uber passenger once in my life, but I have been an Uber driver for quite some time. I've done over 11,200 rides so far. I have a 4.91 rating because some people just don't think that I have a good attitude, I guess, or maybe I say the wrong thing. Maybe I'm just older than they are and I look at things in a different way. These are usually, the bad ratings are usually from kids. You have to excuse me if it looks like I'm looking away. It's because I'm looking to make sure that I'm on camera okay. Okay, so first off, I want to talk about safety with Uber. Main thing that really gets me is when someone sends for an Uber and they have a child with them. It's a baby, it's a toddler, it's an infant, and they're under 49 pounds and they don't have the appropriate car seat or booster seat with them. Don't do the ride if they don't. Pure and simple. You're risking that child's safety and life, and you're risking your license and or insurance if anything happens. You can get all kinds of fines and tickets because you know better. Don't do it. I don't care how much of a damn tip they're going to give you. They might hand you $100 bill. I've actually had someone do this. They handed me $100 bill and said, "Take us now, and this is yours." And I turned the ride down. I turned the money down, and I told them they ought to be ashamed of themselves. Pure and simple. I'm 51 years old. Maybe I'm a little bit long in the tooth to be doing Uber out here in the North Shore burbs. I live in Highland Park, so I get a lot of idiots that will send for an Uber ride knowing that they need a car seat and they don't, or booster seat, and they don't have it with them. Sometimes their excuse is, "Oh, I just get in this country." Well, you know what? That's no excuse. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Pure and simple. Before you travel, look up the laws in the country and the state that you're traveling to. That way you know them. And I'm sure that these people know these laws. They're not stupid. So don't be stupid with them. Don't do the ride if they do not have the appropriate car seat or booster seat. Because if something happens, you'll never, ever, ever be able to get another ride off of Uber because these people are going to complain to Uber. "Oh, he did the ride. He said it's okay that you don't have the car." They're going to lie. Pure and simple, they're going to lie. And another way to protect yourself is to do like I've done. Get a dash cam for each vehicle you use on Uber. Make sure that it's one that records video and audio, and that the dash cam can be flipped around so that you can record whatever's going on in your car if someone decides to be nasty with you and treat you like garbage, which a lot of these youngsters up here in the North Shore think that we're just somebody that's driving them and that they can treat us like we're just nothing. Okay? Don't let people do that. The dash cam that I have in my Kia Soul is a Garmin 55. It even has voice commands. So if I wanted to start recording video, all I have to do is say, "Hey Garmin," and it opens up a menu. But it's recording anyway. And now that one has a 16 gig micro SD card. I paid extra for that. In the other car, in the CRV, which I just put back on the line because of the bad weather, it has all-wheel drive and it's a heavier car. And it has a lot more leg room and it's more comfortable. It has heated seats in the front. It has a lot of stuff that my Kia does not have. I don't even know if I'm going to keep the Kia because of all this. I bought it last March because my other vehicle was destroyed during an Uber ride back on December 29th of 2017. I had a beautiful 2015 Honda Pilot. It was gray in color. It had just over 55,000 miles on it when it was destroyed by one of these trucks that they use to plow and salt the interstates with. But it didn't happen on an interstate. It happened on a surface street in Wilmette at the corner of Skokie and Glenview Road. I was eastbound on Glenview. I just got the green light to cross over Skokie. I had 5 lanes to cross because there's a left turn lane if you're northbound on Skokie, so you can turn left and get on Glenview Road. I was almost all the way across. I was in the last lane, and this guy came out of nowhere. He was just barely, he was not watching, was not listening because I laid on my horn and I floored it. I had my dash cam. I had got it 4 days before. My wife got it for me for Christmas, And let me tell you, that dash cam has a wide angle, and it caught him. He was looking down at his phone. It was an old flip phone, okay, maybe a prepaid, I don't know. He also had earplugs in both ears, so he was listening to music or watching a video, whatever he was doing, on his phone, was looking down at his phone, wasn't paying attention. He didn't hear my horn. He didn't even see me. There were no skid marks because he didn't even try to stop because he didn't even know I was there. He didn't stop until after he got through the intersection and had destroyed my car. He put a hole in my car from the rear part of the passenger door all the way back. He hit it so hard because the plow was up. It wasn't down. He wasn't plowing. He wasn't salting. Because that part, they don't plow and salt. Yes, it is part of 41, US 41, but that's the surface street part. Wilmette takes care of that part. He tried to lie. Well, the idiot cop was like, oh, I don't know who's at fault. Well, there's an app called Vibe or Verb or something like that. And what happens is you push a couple of buttons on the dash cam and it pairs up with this app. You have to go through like this, the Wi-Fi settings on your phone and make sure that you pair it up with this dash cam before you can even pair it up with this app. So anyway, I was able to view the footage on the app and I showed it to the police. And it proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that not only did he run a red light, but he wasn't paying attention at all. And since it was a commercial state-owned vehicle, they pulled him out, made him do a field sobriety test. He couldn't even stand hardly. So then they brought another cop over whose vehicle actually had a breathalyzer in it. He blew a .09. He was drunk. He had no business being behind the wheel. This guy wasn't even a snowplow driver. He was a mechanic that worked on the snowplows. And when they ran his license, you're not going to believe this, it had been suspended a month before for a DUI in his personal car. Can you believe that? So he had no business driving at all. He'd forgot his lunch at home. He lived in Skokie, just a little bit east of Skokie Valley, or Skokie Road, as it's called at that point. And he lived just a little bit east there on Old Orchard Road. There's some apartments and condos on the north side of the street, and he lived back in there. So his supervisor left because he was short. Now, this guy was on thin ice. He'd been written up twice for coming to work drunk and drinking on the job. So one more write-up and he was gone. And they knew about his DUI, yet they continued to let this idiot work there. And they left him alone, which they weren't supposed to do. So he went to jail. He ended up getting sentenced to 1 year in Cook County Jail. And he was not able to be a, what do you call them, where they let you out and you're a good guy, trustee. He was not allowed to be a trustee. He had to serve the full calendar year, period. And then when he got out, he's on 5 years probation supervising. You know, he has to go in every month and piss in a cup and this and that and the other. And they can make surprise visits. Now, of course, Illinois Department of Transportation did not hire him back. I have no idea if he's employed or still married or what. I don't care. So because he hit me and I was able to prove all of this, I got paid. It took about 2.5 months because we're talking about the state of Illinois.